Hey, are we going to do this thing or what, Bill?
Oh, the shark thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I was backstage at the PNC Arts Center.
Yes.
And I'm getting ready to do like another vacation. I'm just sick of doing these you go to those stupid resorts where you sit at the bar pool having a pina colada, just some crap you'd never drink. There's somebody urinating next to you, and then they always have they create this paradise in the middle of this unbelievable poverty, to the point they have to build like 10-foot walls so these people won't climb in and stab you with Cohiba cigars
Because they're so pissed off. Let's really rile them up. Let's build a paradise in the middle of a slum.
There's basically no middle class in that country, and we're doing something, drilling oil or put a military base.
Bill,
There's something we're doing that's irritating them. You land in these countries and they put you on a bus and they drive like 80 miles an hour and blow by all the poverty. There's like people chasing chickens and stuff, and then they just drop you off at this resort. Dun, 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 dun. Isn't this great?
Good, man.
Oh yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I can't do these vacations. It's just too much. I got too much white.
Hold on, before you move on. I've been going on those vacations I've done 10 of those. You've just nailed it.
Oh yeah, and I used to always sit there and be like, why am I getting all these dirty looks? Like I went to Costa Rica, and I'm like, why am I getting all these dirty looks from?
And you wonder, why is the help so surly? Because they're going back to their poverty.
They're allowed into paradise just to clean up our mess.
Yeah,
I finally wormed it in. This is I read this book. It's called Confessions of an Economic Hitman.
Yeah.
This will explain why you get the dirty looks when you go. Because I'm basically, if I go to a country and we had a war with them and we kicked their ass, it's like, okay, we probably knocked down your famous statue, raped a couple of your women, casualties of war. Now, I know why I'm getting the dirty looks when I'm at the result. When I go to Costa Rica, it's like, I don't remember the American-Costa Rican War.
Where was that battle?
Yeah, but this book here, this Confessions of the Economic Hitman, it's written by this guy, John Perkins, and it basically explains how through, like, governmental loans, we ensnare these people in this debt that they never get out of, and it's like brilliant evil. And this isn't like, George Bush is an idiot. It isn't one of those books. It's just about this guy's job. He basically lays awake at night trying to justify the crap that he's doing. It's like reading like Goodfellas. It's like the mob. I can't explain it, man.
I want to read that.
You got to read this book. Just put your joystick down, for the love of God, Anthony.
Joystick. Stop shooting imaginary things.
How crazy that this show is. I actually bought 2 copies because I was envisioning Opie ripping up one of them or burning them.
I would actually read that.
Yeah, you want?
Yeah, I would read that.
You know what? I'm not buying this. Go ahead and rip it.
No,
up.
I swear to God.
It's really.
I'm a reader.
People
don't know that. I'm a reader. I'm reading about rats right now, but I'll read this next.
Where does this plug in?
Huh?
What is this? Book? What do they call that?
Can we get back to Paradise?
Oh, yeah. So, anyways.
We should keep going with that. That is just hilarious.
With
the fake palm trees and the swim-up bars.
And it's the greatest time. But it's literally, if you go over that wall, you're getting macheted like a coconut.
And they got these guys that live in poverty that rake the beach for you to make it really nice.
Yeah, they allow them to come into the paradise just to clean up your mess.
Right.
And then get back out.
The best is in the bus going 80 miles an hour. They purposely do that so you have a better time when you get to the resort.
You get all nervous when you have to stop somewhere and you start looking around like
we're going to get kidnapped. Here we go.
Going to get caught slipping.
This guy,
but they all love
beat out Sammy Sosa.
But
now he's upset.
They all love Nike and Puma though. They got that. All the locals, they got their Nike shirts and their Puma
they stole
sneakers
them from work, making 8 cents an hour.
Yeah, those are the T-shirts that you find under the bed.
He's got a pair of Pumas. There you go.
No, I just find that a little strange. That's all.
Oh, that I don't know. Like I said, I don't. I very rarely read. That's why I'm suggesting that.
What would their economy be if we weren't there, or if these resorts weren't there? If Americans and other richer countries didn't come there and spend their money?
That book basically explains how we'll like give them a loan, right? Like back in the day after World War II, to be like, hey, you want to get into the 20th century? We'll
help you out.
We'll give you $1 billion to build a dam. Then you can make electricity. You know what I mean? You'll bring your country in, and you'll make $1 zillion, and your gross national product will go through the roof, 30%. Everybody will love you, and you get to be dictator forever or whatever, right? The only catch was that you could only hire an American company to build the dam. So the great thing is the money leaves America and comes right back within 2 seconds. And the genius is they still owe the money. They still owe the money. And then the fact that their economy is going to, go up by 30% is actually a lie. It only goes up by 8%. So we show them on
America
on paper.
You and me.
Yeah, they show them on paper how they're basically going to be able to pay back these loans. So basically, after 3 years, they're in this debt. They default on the loan, and then we come back like the mob, like, hey, now we got a problem.
So how do we collect?
The only way to pay back, you got to give us the dam. At which point we control your electricity, possibly your water supply, or you got to let us drill for oil. Or
Who did we do this to?
Or build a military base to protect your country. Dude, it is brilliant. So now the only option this guy's left with is to basically say yes, sell out his people so he can still remain the leader. Or he goes, you know what, F you guys, I'm not doing this stuff. And at that point,
we replace him.
I actually talked to this guy when I did this radio show. He came in. I go, what did we do then? He goes, oh, we sent out like the hitmen, like jackals is what they would call them.
And you just replace him with the guy that will be cooperative?
You ever see those little plane crashes they have? He goes, yeah, like those things. He goes, really, is he sabotage?
Those little plane crashes?
Yeah, that they have. We did it to the guy in, like, Panama. We did it to a guy in Ecuador. It's hilarious. And then, now this is the thing. Now, if you can't get to the guy, or if you can't get one of his henchmen around him, do you want to be dictator? We do that. Give him a PlayStation, and they do this stuff, right?
And they knock off the guy?
They knock off the guy. But if the guy won't do it, the last resort is you start a war. And that's when you go out there, these guys, they're going to get us. And we're like, then when we start getting all freaked out about a country we don't even know where it is. Oh, these Ecuadorians, they're going to kill us. And that's like the last resort. Dude, it's an unbelievable book. You got to read it. And what I love about it, like I said, it doesn't, like, it's basically going back like 40, 50 years in history, you know what I mean? And there's been Democrats, Republicans, all that. So
I will read it with a completely open mind.
Yeah.
We'll read it and we'll have you back in there, Bill. So getting back to the vacation thing.
You should have John Perkins come in. I'm an idiot. I just read what he wrote. So
getting back to the vacation thing.
So getting back to this stuff. So I'm sitting there going, I can't go to these stupid-ass resorts and drink these gay drinks that I never drink. An umbrella, huh? On vacation, huh?
Banana daiquiris.
And you know they water them down anyways if they don't spit in them. So I was on some plane or whatever, and they had Johnny Damon on the cover, with his new clean-shaven look. Red Sox fan, I got to read this thing. So in the back they have all these crazy these vacations, and they got like all the usual stupid whitewater rafting. I'm like, I'm not doing that stuff.
No.
You want to sail on a tall ship?
No.
You know what? I don't. I want one with a motor.
What about climbing Machu Picchu?
Yeah, all this
That's usually in
stuff.
the back of that magazine.
Machu Picchu.
So one of the things
the
that
Incan civilization high in the clouds there.
So anyways, I'm backstage at it's been a silly morning. And I was
all right.
I was all right.
Payback's gonna be a bitch,
I was backstage at PNC, and I started telling Opie, because I remember you went diving with sharks, and I was trashing you.
No, just snorkeling a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and you lift
with the reef sharks.
He lifts his legs up as this shark goes by, because evidently, like, the shark. Oh, he's
no. What happened? We were all on a
cannonball position.
I can't get him.
Yeah. We were all holding onto a rope, but everyone did the same thing because it's just a reaction. You see him coming closer, and you try to make yourself as small as possible. That's all.
What you really did was turn yourself into like a milk dud.
Yeah, probably made it easier to swallow.
Made you bite-sized.
Right.
What do you do, Bill?
Good point,
Dangle
good
meat
point.
between your toes and kick them?
Yeah.
Like, what does a brave guy do?
A smart guy doesn't even go out on the boat. That's
smart.
my thing. So I was trashing you
hold on,
bad about that.
because I was talking about this the other day, and I even referenced you. I go, Bill and I have talked about this, but you do it much better than I. You go to these faraway, countries on vacation. And you go on these excursions.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, well, is there any laws protecting me, or has anyone figured this crap out?
There's no governmental group. There's no helmets.
And you realize
anything.
And you realize that the locals are simply just taking a chance with every single boatload of tourists.
Lift your legs, man.
Right. That's the advice they give you. Like, you would never be able to just like snorkel with sharks in America somewhere.
No, there's protection.
They would have you signing a million forms, talking to lawyers, going through a training program. But this was in the Bahamas. They're like, jump in and check out the sharks. And like, I guess people have done this before, so all right.
Yeah, 10
you just
people,
assume.
4 life vests.
But it's locals that just come up with these excursions, and they're not regulated by the government or anything.
Oh, dude, as you go out there, you're just feeling the beginning of like a 60 minutes episode, you know? You go out, you go look at the sharks. Mm-hmm. It was brutal. So anyways,
go ahead, sorry.
So I'm sitting here looking through, and they had all these crazy, all of a sudden they have this page, all these crazy, vacation things you can do, fly in a like one of these F-16s and stuff. So they had one here, dive with great white sharks, and I'm terrified of sharks. But I'm looking, you actually go down in that shark cage, which is the only reason why I would ever go into one of those things. So I was talking to Opie about it, right? And he's like, I hate going to the zoo and you just see the lion just defeated, laying there like, for the love of God, can you get me out of this goddamn thing? So
they look at you like, come on, help me out.
Yeah, it's like Richard Pryor used to have a bit about that. When he went to Africa, like it was a real lion. It wasn't the one that you saw at the zoo.
Right, yeah.
But when you went there, everything, the grizzly bears, all of them, they just have this...
They hang out. If you could see him at all, usually it's like at the end of his tail, and he's in the brush somewhere, never comes out, because he's on to the whole scene. It's like, I'm not going to perform for the man.
He's on the bench now. He's not getting any playing time. He's not a grizzly bear anymore. Nothing.
I like going to the zoos and check it out, but I do have a tough time because you always have some ass because like the lion or the bear is sleeping, so you get some ass with the pebbles like throwing them at the animal. Like, do you have to do that and show how ugly we are?
I don't even go to those
the animals
zoos.
are pacing back and forth, and they're sitting there going, we built this habitat.
Right.
Or it's just like Africa. This or 50
or they start pounding on the glass with their fists because they're trying to get their money's worth. It's like, will you let the thing be? There's plenty of other animals that are moving around somewhere here.
I got to admit, as a zoo goer, I do want to see them go into attack mode.
Yeah,
I do
that is
try
fantastic.
To subtly.
When that video hits the TV every once in a while, I'm rooting for the animal every time. Because
the ladies who goes down and gets like attacked by the polar bear.
The polar bear grabs her jacket.
Because they were doing something stupid. And then, they're caught by the polar bear getting mauled to death, and then you have to kill the freaking polar bear because obviously
he was being a polar bear.
Obviously, there's something wrong with the polar bear. He's crazy, and he's got to be removed from this planet.
Have you seen that one where he literally has that woman's entire femur?
Oh,
in his
yeah.
mouth? Oh, it's great. It's just
fantastic.
Like killer.
My favorite is the one that gets they pull the coat.
The panda.
Yeah, the panda pulls the coat, and now they're stuck up against the cage as they're...
And there's another thing I noticed that, like, whatever the hell country that is, the complete lack of security, like, it's just, you can just walk right up to the fence, there's literally, like 6 inches.
Yeah, they reach through and can grab you.
Yeah, just enough so he can get his hand, just to keep it interesting.
Here in this country, forget about it. You're 10 feet away from anything that could possibly get near where the animal could possibly come up to.
Right. So what are we doing with the sharks there, Bill?
So I actually called these people up. It's actually, it costs... it's like $2,000, and you go there. But my thing is, are they going to guarantee? Are they just going to stick me in a shark cage and be like, I see like a flounder?
Yeah.
It's like, we had a bad day, buddy.
Flounder.
Sorry. Par for the course. Plus, when I called these guys up, I got an answering machine. It just really sounded like someone was going to lose a leg, and I was just like, someone's going to lose a leg. An Opie and Anthony bit. Let me run this by Opie.
I would do it in a second. Where are we going to do it?
Would you?
There's one. There's one
Florida?
off the coast of San Francisco, and then there was one down in Mexico. If you really want to get
Mexico,
let's go, you gringos.
Yeah, you just know they have all the safety equipment.
Yeah.
The bottom of the cage falls out. You just fall. Wait a minute, I'm out of the cage.
And they yell, surprise! We didn't want to tell you. We just want to make it a little more exciting for you.
Cage works like a piñata, gringo. Just fall out.
We should do it.
You want to do it? Because
I do want to do it. I would do it in a second.
My girl, she's like, you're an idiot. She wants to sit in a...
Can we just fly to Florida, though? Make it a little easier?
Dude, you think I know about the great white habitat? I really don't.
I'll do some research. How's that?
Do some research. If you find one and it's off
Australia,
continental Australia's not bad.
Got to go there. The Barrier Reef.
All right, we got to take a break. Bob Schieffer, his last broadcast last night, and he cried like a little girl.
Did he?
Yeah.
Aw.
Katie,
weepy old guy.
I guess Katie starts Monday or
That's
something.
sad.
Or Tuesday, probably. What?
Did this whole idea just bomb? Was it me?
No,
I like it.
It was all right?
Bomb. It was a great bit.
Oh, okay.
You nailed what it's like to go to these, third world countries.
I thought I had it like
and they build up
75% of the way through, and then I'm like, so then they have sharks and cages and San Francisco. Okay. Hey, so this guy retired from radio.
It's out Friday wide.
That's bombing, Bill.
That's
Okay?
bombing.
Do you feel better?
I'll give you an example.
This is an example of bombing. One more time.
It's out Friday wide.
Wide.
That's bombing, okay?
He's just saying words.
What you try to do is relate to the audience. Bill, you try to relate to the audience,
Doorknob.
and you did just that. A lot of people have gone to these resorts in the Bahamas and Costa Rica and what have you, okay?
Now this is awful. Now you have to, like, cheer me up. I apologize.
Oh, you nailed me for going, it's a silly morning.
Did he say wah wah?
Well, I might as well.